Hello, everyone, and welcome to Wednesday, January the 18th of Fast Facts and Features with me, your brand ambassador for ethical flooring. Hello, Kevin.
Hello, good afternoon. How are you?
Very well. I understand you've been a very busy beaver there, getting the showroom to the 2023 look. So what area are we in the showroom today?
Well, I'm just out front because just before we came in, a client is looking in our area
Oh,
that we were going to present today.
that's
So,
awesome.
yeah, so I was going to show you, and I will show you in a minute here, just the new in-house PVC-free vinyl plank. So it's not really vinyl, but it's rigid core planking, waterproof. Something that most people are looking for these days. Looks like a wood visual. So there you go. You peek in behind me there, up
So,
onto the
Kevin,
wall.
for people out there that could be watching on any one of the places where this video is going to end up, what does PVC stand for?
Polyvinyl chloride.
Okay, and why is that good, bad, or indifferent?
Well, some people have some opinions about it, I suppose. It's petroleum based, of course, but there's also some
Mm,
processes that it can be made either clean and well, or it can be made exceptionally dirty and polluting. So,
mm,
the company that you're working with that makes it and is supplying it um, is really important. And all things being in life, though it's hard to prove. Typically, as things get cheaper,
mm.
processes get skimped on, and some of the controls that should be done don't, and you could end up with a potential product that's not great for the environment when it's getting made or at the end of its life cycle. So
Good.
that's why we're really excited about this new floor that we're bringing in. So I'm alone now in the showroom. I can show
Okay.
you. Back up.
Okay.
So I built this
Oh
wall
my
of fun
gosh.
here. It's
Gorgeous.
my last couple of weeks of work getting this all ready and figuring out new ways to mount it and to show it all. So um, this is a new product to North America that is it's actually made in Germany, which is
Hmm.
interesting. Most of the rigid floors, what people call vinyl, is not made in Europe or in North America. The vast majority of it is made in China. And again, there's great manufacturers there, and there's not so great manufacturers there.
Hmm.
So you have to pick your partners very carefully. But this particular floor is comes out of Germany, and it's the first PVC-free rigid core, what we would call a vinyl planking, though of course
Hmm.
it's not vinyl. Um, so it's actually made out of recycled post-consumer plastics. So
Oh,
anything that has you look on the recycling label on a milk jug or a yogurt carton, anything that has a number 5 recycled, so that means it's a number 5 type of plastic, is used and is collected in Europe and in Germany and is repurposed into the core material of this floor. So it is not only PVC free, it's also made of a post-consumer food grade. It's
fantastic.
actually mostly made out of yogurt containers, from what I
Oh,
understand.
wow.
So
So it's got a
made out
lot
of
of culture then.
yeah, hopefully they've burned it off or but yeah, so they're taking these recycled post-consumer plastics. It's food grade plastics, from what I understand, and they are making rigid core waterproof flooring out of it, which I'm super excited about. And the product itself, from what I understand, in upcoming shipments, it's actually going to have the number 5 recycled logo on
Oh,
the product itself. Um, so there'll be a barcode on it, which you can scan, or potential recycling facility could scan. It'll show exactly what it's made out of, what chemical components are in it.
oh, it's not.
And in the entire product is a number 5 plastic that can be recycled.
Oh
So
my gosh.
we're
Well, there's
looking
so many
forward to that.
questions. Wow, there's so many questions I want to ask you. Number one, what's our widths? Because that's a standard question for the people that this whole width thing. What's our lengths and what's the
Yep.
installation methodology?
Yep. So it's a simple line. There's 2 collections. There's a more a price point line, which is really aggressively priced. Let's see, it's in millimeters. So let's transfer it to So 6.81 inches wide, which is quite a wide
Oh,
plank. And let's basically call it 51 inches long. And
okay.
then that's their entry level line. And then they have the wide plank, which is 8 inches wide and the same width of 51 inches long. Um, the really cool thing about it is that there is 20 unique patterns in each line. And this is a thing in vinyl planking or rigid core planking. You can get sometimes up to even just 4 patterns that repeat. And
Yes.
obviously, if you have a very pronounced knot or some other feature of the floor and it repeats every 4 planks across the floor, yeah, the overall
Mm-hmm.
look of that could be suspect at times, depending on the layout. But to have 21 individual planks, it's interesting. I think it's 51 square feet of floor area is unique before anything will repeat again. So
Wow.
so that's essentially how big their stamping plate is. So they'll put the 50, they'll create 51 square feet of area, they'll stamp the images on it, and then they'll pass it off, and then the next 51, and then they'll do it again, right? But by the time you break that down to unique planks or boards, it's a huge area. So if you look at in any
Mm-hmm.
area of your home, you shouldn't be getting really any noticeable repeat. And that's cool because it's been an Achilles heel
Yes.
or a potential drawback of rigid core planking. Obviously, we love hardwood floors because absolutely every plank is unique.
Mm-hmm.
It's the way nature gave it to us. Um, but to have this level of repeat, along with it being made out of recycled material, along with it being PVC free, along with
Mm-hmm.
it potentially being able to be recycled, um, along with it coming in at a really great price, which I was shocked
Yes.
at.
Yes.
So we're really excited,
How are
and
we
obviously,
how
yeah,
are we installing it?
it's all clicked together
Oh,
locking floor. Comes with an
beautiful.
attached underlay, which meets the strata requirements for most condos for sound abatement. Comes pre-attached, and obviously, maybe you can tell I'm a little bit excited about the line, and that's why we devoted so much wall
Yes.
space to it. It comes in tiles, some tile looks as well too, but um, yeah, it's really the next generation of vinyl planking. I really think that this is going to be the future of vinyl planking. The recyclability of it is going to become paramount at some point because so much of this stuff is getting made, and there's questions being raised about what's going to happen to it at the end of life cycle. And
Yeah.
this is the first company that I've seen that has come out with a reasonable pathway for it not ending up at the transfer station. So
Oh,
yeah.
what a way to start 2023. New floor. Oh, and I wanted a new floor in the showroom, new
Yeah.
section in the showroom as well. Hey, what's been the customers' reactions to your new floor? Because I know you've
Yeah.
got very high traffic with people coming Monday to Saturday from, I think you guys are open at 9 to 5. What's been some of the reactions to from your customers?
Yeah. No, it's a lot of inquisitiveness, right? Like, what exactly is it? And they touch it, feel
Mm,
it, because it looks kind of like a concrete floor, but it's obviously not when you walk on it. It's comfortable and quiet, and um, it's been a lot of interest. A lot of people asking about it. We actually don't even really have any displays of it set up, which we
right.
probably should, but it's mostly a commercial product, sold out of architectural folders. So, but I did my first test on it. I spilled coffee on it
Oh,
yesterday as I was pouring my coffee, and I blotted it up with just a little bit of water, no problem. So it is stain proof,
perfect.
as they say. So yeah, I'm really happy with it. It creates such a subdued, comfortable look. It's quiet. It's nice to walk on. Um, when we put samples down on it to view, it really highlights the sample, like the floor itself, which is what we're trying
Hmm.
to do. And I easily expect it's going to last another 10 years. So
Perfect.
we are very excited, and now I'm working on the back, and I got Jeanette. I have months worth of projects that I have planned for the showroom, and
Awesome, awesome. I look forward to viewing it from where I live, much like where your customers are going to be viewing it from as well before they come in. One last question for you about the product that you have now that we've been talking about, this new incredible new product. So, can I go wall to into bathrooms, into rec rooms, into like, can I just have one big floor and no interruptions with this product?
You sure can. Yeah, it's exceptionally stable, what we call dimensional stability.
Okay.
So with just standard expansion gaps around the walls, you can run it through a very large, what we
Even where
call a
there's a shower?
connected. Even, oh yeah, it's 100% waterproof. So
Wow.
it's essentially a plastic, right? It's recycled plastic, and water doesn't impact plastic. Um, so it's this is part of the reason why vinyl planking has been so popular, right? Is
Mhm.
it can be used everywhere. It's durable, it's waterproof, looks good. Um, price points are reasonable. But I just think that we've entered into a new generation um, made out of recycled materials, and which is recyclable, and I'm super excited about that. So of course we were the first to jump on it, and we're happy to show it.
And to make sure it's installed correctly, because people may think that they can buy their own vinyl plank floor and install it and it's going to perform. There's still procedures and guidelines that you want to make sure that a professional is installing it as well.
Well, that's the truth. We had some friends over, some new people that we met on the weekend, and they had put in their own floor in their house before we knew them, and it was coming. They were asking me on some tips and what I would suggest, and I looked at them. I said, you know what? After 20 some odd years in this business, I can tell you that if you want a floor that's going to perform and last, you need a high quality floor, and you need it
Mhm.
put in by professionals. And there's times where people have done the opposite of that, and it's worked. God bless them. That's great. But when I look at the large scale, when I look at 100 installations, every 100 installations we do, we want 100 of them to work. And
Right.
what I've learned over the years is high quality product, professional installation with proper floor preparation, subfloor preparation. If you skip any of those steps, you're playing roulette whether your floor is going to work or not. And that's
Sounds good.
just not how we roll.
So let's leave it at that. And I'm going to give you a couple of 3, 4, 5 weeks ish. You know what, Kevin? I think it's time in 2023 that if it's possible to arrange some site visits this year, that you go out to some of the projects that your installers are working on with maybe the project manager that's involved with that particular project. And let's go on site. And of course, you need to have clearance from different customers
Mm-hmm.
because there's privacy involved as well.
Yep.
And then just to see what it looks like from where you are to how the project manager's involved, your installation, and what a good site that Ethical runs when they're putting in a floor.
That sounds great. I love it. There's actually no better place I like to
Perfect.
be than seeing the work done. Yep.
Awesome. And again, I will see you in a couple of hours. It's our night at Night Shift Street Ministries to serve up a hot, nutritious meal and some fellowship to our street friends. So I'll see you in a couple hours, my friend.
You betcha. Looking forward to it. Thanks, Jeanette.